Hello there traders, welcome to Module 44 on Bollinger Bands. Meet Mr. John Bollinger, the father of the Bollinger Bands. Back in the 1980s, Mr. Bollinger carried out a study of volatility and found that the market only ever moves by a specific standard deviation from the mean. He represented this standard deviation with an indicator he called the Bollinger Band. How vain. Now these bands basically moving averages used to identify whether the market is quiet or loud or noisy. As shown in the image above, the Bollinger Bands are the light gray lines that sort of engulf the candlesticks and the simple moving average as well. Now the first thing you should notice is that the lines seem to have hit the tiki bar and had one pina colada too many. For example, you can see that the upper and lower Bollinger Bands don't run parallel to each other. They widen and narrow at different rates or different speeds. On the left-hand side of this graph, you can see the upper Bollinger Band closing at a much faster rate than the lower one. The mathematical algorithm for this indicator uses two standard deviations from the mean or average. The mean is a simple moving average, we've covered that earlier, SMA, which is plotted in between the upper and lower Bollinger Band and is referred to as the middle Bollinger Band. Candlesticks have a 95% probability of being within the Bollinger Band most of the time. Occasionally, they do shift outside the bands, particularly when it is a big and strong move. We also notice that the two Bollinger Bands are coming together and kind of squeezing the SMAs. Now in the trading lingo, this is known as the squeezing price. Low volatility causes the bands to get up close and personal, rapidly coming together and creating this sort of narrow tunnel. What will cause the tunnel to break? An increase in volatility, of course. Remember that volatility is a trader's best friend. One cannot trade a flat line or a market moving sideways. With an increase in volatility, the Bollinger Band will act like dynamic support and resistance levels. The price breaks out and the Bollinger Band moves along with the price. What you will find is that the moving price will bounce off the Bollinger Band in what is famously known as the Bollinger Bounce. Basically, what you can see here is the price drops and the Bollinger Band widens. Then, on its way down, the price bounces off the Bollinger Band and pushes once again up. In other words, the price is trying to stay within the preset standard deviation, or the Bollinger Band moves to keep price within that standard deviation. Pay close attention to the angle of the Bollinger Band because it will indicate the level of volatility in the market. When it's closed, you will see an eventual widening of the Bollinger Band as volatility increases. To summarize, the Bollinger Bands are based on the simple moving average of the closing price and sits two standard deviations above and below the said average. It is time to buy when the currency price closes below the lower band, while it's best to sell when the price closes above the upper band. Finally, when the bands contract, that's the signal that a big move is on its way, but it is hard to say whether it will be up or down.